Okay. Now, we're going to go into the Kabbalah word Yahweh. The strictly speaking, as viewed in the original Kabbalah, the Elohim meant the angelic hierarchies of many varying grades of spirituality or ethereality and in cosmic and astrological matters. The Elohim were often mental aggregated under generalized term Sabaoth, and there's a female plural for it, from the verbal root Saba'a, host, and army, as an expression host of heaven. In the Jewish Kabbalah, the Elohim, however, are the sixth hierarchical group in derivation from the first crown or Kether. Cosmogоnically, they represent the manifested forms or weavers of the cosmos. Now, in spite of ideas of the body in this word itself, the later development of Judaism caused Elohim to be almost entirely translated and paraphrased as one true God. But in earlier times, Elohim, or rather Beneh Elohim or Beneh Elohim or Elim, sons of God, members of class of divine beings, meant spiritually being or cosmic differing hierarchy grades, a collective class of cosmic spirit among whom is found the familiar Jewish Yahweh or Jehovah. Okay. Now, in the Kabbalic system, Jehovah was third angelic potency. It's the general. You got the chief, vice chief, general. That's like having the sun, the earth, and the first child. It came from it. God, his wife was the earth. Then you got the first child was Adam. That's like the father, the senior. The wife will be second. She's always the backbone. But then that first son, the first son, is the general. He's going to take over when both the chief and the vice chief cannot handle their duties. He is now the god of the family. That's why we keep our names. Names are very important. If you find out how they backtrack the names, is to allow you to know that what God created in this group. Where did they come from? Blavatsky calls all these hierarchy symbols embellishment mutually and correlatively of spirit, soul, and body of man. Of the circle transformed into spirit, the soul of the world, and its body or earth, stepping out of the circle of infinity that no man comprehendeth. Ein Sof, the Kabbalic synonym for Para Rahim, or the Zeronana Akirne of the Mazdians, or of any other unknowable, becomes one. That's very confusing. So I'm going to break this down word by word. Basically, Blavatsky is a man who said these hierarchy symbols, Belknap, and since they mutually have one purpose, but they all have the same type of principles, where they have a body, physical form. They can come into a physical form, and then they have a spiritual nature. You have to realize you have three different natures. Your first and foremost is always your soul, the energy that doesn't die. It's a permanent energy within you. Your spirit can be killed. It can be tampered with. It's all depending on your atmospheres, your influences, and things like that, and what you're taught. These are big things that influences your spirit. Your genetic code, a lot of things influences your spirit, and your physical is what you see today. Also, not only the house that shells the spirit and the soul, because actually your spirit and soul is able to come out of this shell It's a physical represent. It's like being able to be accepted within this reality. Reality is whatever one perceives it as, and usually the optical, the auditory, certain senses only allows us to accept reality. But there's other things within yourself that are actually there but not open to what realities there are. But as I said, reality is just one, as one perceives it, and to be accepted, you have to be able to come within those type of senses. So of course, you have to be able to physically touch, smell, or hear within this world to be accepted as reality. That's why the physical form is here. But I'm going to still drive on the word Elohim. Because it says, indeed, these sons of the Elohim, when they're talking about Yahweh, in our teachings, the children of light, the sons of light, which we ourselves, and yet different from ourselves, because higher yet they are our own very selves inwardly. Okay. When they were back then, when they were trying to basically understand each other like we do now, when we try to learn other people's language, a lot of times our own language influence our tongue to it, the way we pronounce it, our interpretation of it, and everything. So when you got a lot of different type of languages trying to all come together and make sense of what they're reading and what went on and how do I explain it to you, you have to simplify. And what they did was simplify Elohim to a singular word meaning God, meaning something that we will have over us, something that was divine, unexplainable, can do many miracles, have much knowledge. They just put it all into oneself, the whole mind, body, and spirit within oneself, the whole circle.